Christmas cactus, but it's not a true Christmas cactus. This is a sneaky way that they sell you the same plant all year round. They have three types of this plant. They are called the Christmas cactus, the Thanksgiving cactus, and the Easter cactus. If you notice on this plant, it's a polymorphism on the leaf. It has giant hooks or barbs on the leaves, which I'm sure you can notice. There they are. And that is something that will help you distinguish what kind of cactus you actually have. Also, you can see that they have the aerial roots, which just goes to show you how easy it is to plant these by propagation of the leaves. Now, it's pretty cool. I mean, they've got these pretty beautiful flowers, white and pink. And this one happened to flower just around Christmas. But again, it is considered a Thanksgiving cactus. Thanksgiving cactus belong to the genus Schlumbergera, which is the same as the Christmas cactus. So they are two of the same plants. How to care for this plant is that you want to make sure that it dries out really well, especially when you have it in a pot like this, maybe an ornamental pot where the drainage dish is connected on the bottom. This plant's pretty old, so as soon as I water it, the roots drink it up really fast. But if you're sticking cuttings or a very young plant in a pot like this, you have to make sure that it dries out, because these plants are pretty susceptible to root rot. So I haven't really noticed any pests on these, but I know that they're susceptible to scale and mealybug. But for mine, I haven't had any issues with them. I keep it in a pretty lit window, and this particular potting has, I think, 3 or 4 plants inside. I think it's 3 or 4. So again, the big key to getting these to flower is the light cycle. So if they start to bud and you have them in a window, and let's say you move them to another window, they're going to drop their buds. You have to have them in a window with consistent lighting for the season, because as soon as the days shorten, that's what kind of triggers these to flower. So as soon as they notice a difference in light variation, they're going to put out their buds. And again, if you move them to a different window, they're going to drop their buds. Also, if you overwater them, they're going to drop their buds. If you underwater them, they're very much more forgiving when you underwater them. Especially established plants like this one. It was very underwatered before it started shooting its flowers, and now I watered it and it's still doing just fine. So in the next part of this video, I'm going to show you my example of the Easter cactus and the different polymorphisms in the leaves. Easter cactus. You can notice the big difference on the leaves. Much more rounded. No spikes or perforations coming out of the edge. You can still see the aerial roots coming out, which just goes to show you how easy it is to propagate this plant through cuttings. This particular plant is in a completely different genus. It's in Hatiora or Hatiora. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Whereas the Christmas and Thanksgiving cactus are in Schlumbergera. So those are two entirely different genuses. As far as I know, they're found both in Brazil, so they are geographically similar, but this is an entirely different plant. As you can see, it kind of wilts or kind of drapes over much more than the other plants, and the care is also very similar. In fact, I had this in the same pot as the Thanksgiving cactus. Just recently I separated it just for purposes of these videos. This one will plant, or I'm sorry, this one will flower more during the spring, i.e. why it's called the Easter cactus. Again, you want the soil to dry out pretty well before you water these. They're susceptible to root rot. I haven't noticed any pests on either of these two plants. This one seems to grow a little bit more slower, but in the same way that the other plant, the Thanksgiving cactus, grows, or Schlumbergera. This one has not actually flowered yet for me. I'll keep you posted if it does, but it's supposed to flower in the spring. But as you can see, very similar plant structure to the other. Leaf structure is different. And the third of the variety is the Christmas cactus, which I don't have an example for you. It just has smaller variations on the leaves. It's kind of in the middle. It's not quite as rounded and not quite as jagged as these two. So this one, again, is just one plant in this pot. And the big point of this video is to show you the different polymorphisms on the leaves. So thank you again for watching, and I hope your Christmas, Easter, or Thanksgiving cactus flowers for you.